Hey guys, welcome back to some more reviews, and today we'll talk about a film called No Escape, from 2015. I was gonna do the review last night because I seen the movie last night, but I got home real late after the movie was over with, and I was really tired. And I was trying to do the review then, but I was super tired, and I was literally just during the review, I was like, starting to close my eyes and stuff like that to pass out because I was really tired. It was like midnight when I got back, and I was just trying to do the review and I was way too tired, and yeah, so I figured I'd do the review today on No Escape. They get 6.9 IMDb. Made in 2015, directed by John Eric Dowdle, who has done Quarantine, As Above, So Below. He's also directed Devil, which I'm a fan of. Quarantine and As Above, So Below. I think they're great movies. Devil, I thought was kind of stupid. This is probably his best film. As a matter of fact, this is probably one of the best movies of the year I've seen. This and Straight Outta Compton and It Follows and Unfriended. Those are some of the best movies I've seen of the year. This movie, going to the movie theaters, I seen the commercial for. I was like, yeah, it looks alright. You got Owen Wilson in it. I was like, alright, it's cool. Got looked like a good idea. Got Pierce Brosnan in the movie. It sounded like it was pretty cool. So I was thinking maybe it'd be alright. Going to go see the movie, I thought it was gonna be alright, just okay. Maybe decent. I was blown away by this movie. I was blown away by it. It took me by surprise. I was just, while watching this movie, to have this experience in the theaters, but I have not experienced a movie like this in theaters in a long, long time. To go to the movie theaters and have your heart racing through the whole movie. This is the first movie that's actually made me do that. There have been movies that's come out and I had my heart racing for maybe a few scenes and maybe for a couple parts of the movie. This whole movie was, you hear the word thrill ride used a lot for movies, and some of them they got thrilling parts to them, but they're not a thrill ride. Some of them are just the word thrill ride has been used a lot for movies, and some movies, like I said, they've got thrills in them, but the thrill ride word fits this movie. It is a thrill ride. It is a movie experience that I haven't felt this year. A movie that came out. I really enjoyed Jurassic Park, or not Jurassic Park, Jurassic World. It had some thrills to it, yeah, but I really enjoyed the acting, the atmosphere. I didn't mind the CGI. It was thrilling, and most of the movie, but it wasn't thrilling to the whole film. I watched Straight Outta Compton. That's a great movie too. And this movie, man, it's really thrilling. It's a thrill ride. This, and I'd say Straight Outta Compton are both great movies. Probably like two of the best movies I've seen this year. This and Straight Outta Compton. Because Straight Outta Compton is amazing. This is amazing. They're both amazing movies, and they're definitely added on to some of the best movies of the year, because they are some of the best movies of the year. And this movie gets 6.9 IMDb. I can see why. To me, it should get a 7.0, but still, it's not that much higher. But this is definitely a modern day classic. It's definitely an awesome movie. It's definitely well directed. There are really no problems with the movie. The pacing, it's 103 minutes, but it goes by real fast. Lots of action to it, lots of thrills. There's some comedy to it, some comedic tone to it as well. Kind of ease the tension of the thrills and stuff like that, and the action. And there's suspense to it, makeup effects to it. Not really that much CGI, which I was really impressed with. I was like, oh really? Not that much CGI. That's really awesome. And just to go to the movie theaters and see this movie, a thrill ride to watch this movie. If you haven't seen this movie yet, it is definitely a must-see. It is a movie that is just so amazing that I was just blown away by it. I didn't expect it to be this good. I was watching it, and I was just like, alright, this is going to be decent. By the end of this movie, my heart was just still racing from the movie I just seen, and I was just amazed by how much of a good film this was. This was just such a great movie. And basically what it's about about is you've got Owen Wilson. Basically, he and his family, him, his wife, and his 2 daughters, they go to somewhere in Asia. And while they're there, because he pretty much is going to this business over there that deals with water. And while he's there, he's staying at this nice building, and he meets Pierce Brosnan's character, who really fun character. Pierce Brosnan's movie nailed this character. Hammond, however his name is. Pierce Brosnan in this movie is a fun character. He has so much fun in the role, and so does his partner, Kenny Rogers, which, not the actual singer, but in the movie the character's name is Kenny Rogers. It's fun character, because they get to the airport, and he's like, oh, well, I'll take you to a trusted, cab. I'll take you to a trusted car that can get you to your building. And it gets him in this vehicle, and there's Kenny Rogers posters all over it, and the guy in the car singing Kenny Rogers songs, and it was a fun character. Both of them were fun characters, likable characters. And pretty much he gets this building, check out all the stuff in it, and realizes that some of the stuff doesn't work that well. Like, he says, like, the internet's not working that good, and the light switches, some of them don't work. And then he goes down one day, and he walks outside. And while he's walking out there, he gets caught up in this riot. And it's a really well shot scene where he's getting a newspaper, he's walking, and just slow motion, you just hear these people walking down the street, and you see the line of police officers, and then you see a line of these rebels or these people going against the police, and slow-mo, but it was shot very well. They're attacking each other, throwing rocks at each other. I mean, people getting beat to death, people getting caught on fire, and Owen Wilson trying to get out of there, goes back to the building, and pretty much he gets his family, and pretty much the rest of the movie, he and his family are basically running away from this group of these people who don't really appreciate the fact that they built this building in Asia and are taking their water and using it for company, just using it for the business. So the people hunt down all the Americans in the building, well, not just all the Americans, all the people in the building, plus the chairman and stuff like that, and they murder them all off until Owen Wilson's the person they have to go after. So pretty much Owen Wilson and his family getting chased the entire movie. And from this point beyond, I might have spoiled it a little bit, but getting to the major spoilers, the ones that if you haven't seen the movie yet, this is where the major spoilers start to I'll start spoiling the movie a little bit. So spoiler alert, and yeah, let's continue the review. And just so many sequences that were really intense, and like I said, my heart was racing. That first riot scene, the intensity of it, the way it was shot, the way it was acted, just the way it was done, your heart races. At least mine did. My heart was freaking racing to that entire scene. This was the first movie that made me go bite my nails or go, oh crap, the whole movie. I gotta give the movie respect for that. It is probably very hard to do that. Very hard to create that much suspense and to do that much thrills. It's probably very difficult. I gotta give the movie respect for that. It's just, in my opinion, if you go see this movie right now in the theaters, I guarantee you're gonna get some thrills. It's a really intense movie. It's intense. It's got thrills, action, suspense. It's just a really, really intense film. But it was directed very well. It was shot very well. It was acted very well. And pretty much just so many scenes, like you have Owen Wilson and his wife and his 2 kids are on this one roof, and they got to get to this roof, and Pierce Brosnan's wife jumps from this roof to that roof, and then I'd say Owen Wilson, yeah, Owen Wilson's wife, I think I said Owen Wilson, Owen Wilson's wife she ends up going to this one roof. I was confused. I didn't want to say Pierce Brosnan's wife because Pierce Brosnan just doesn't even, he had a wife, I think, at one point, but Owen Wilson's wife, if I didn't, I'm sorry, but she jumps to that roof. Owen Wilson has to throw his kids from this roof to that roof, and that scene was just so nailed by, and I was like, oh my god, they're going to be alright, they're going to be okay, and just wondering through this whole movie, are they going to live, are they going to die, are they going to be alright? I never had an experience like this in the movie theater before. a thrill ride like this, I have not experienced this movie, like a movie like this before. I'm just, I'm lost for words. I was amazed by this movie, and that scene, and Owen Wilson jumps over, and they're in the building. There's this tank outside shooting, bombs and stuff inside the building. They get out of there. They're in these bushes hiding from these people. They find, the people find Owen Wilson and his family. They pretty much just, make Owen Wilson, pretty much they force him to the ground. As he's watching, they like point guns at his kids. They're attempting to rape his wife, and he has to sit there and watch it. And that cool scene where Pierce Brosnan comes in, boom, 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 rescues them. They get out of there. Pierce Brosnan tells them that there's this, the borderline, the Vietnam. They got to get there, and they on their way there, Pierce Brosnan's friend, the Kenny Rogers character, gets shot, dies. But it was really, really intense scene. And when they're running away from the sniper, because Kenny Rogers gets shot, and then Pierce Brosnan gets shot right here, I think in the arm or something like that. He gets shot pretty much, and he shoots the people up in the sniper building, the tower, shoots them, shoots the people up there, sniping people, and then he's running. Yeah, that epic scene where Pierce Brosnan's character goes out with a bang. You think he's dead, but he gets back up. There's his truck coming after the people. He gets up, points his gun like that, and shoots the driver in the head. And the truck hits the character, Pierce Brosnan's character. So in a way, it was a very sad death, but he went out in a bang. Boom, bop, bop. Just holy crap. And then they get to the Vietnam border, and then the people from Vietnam, the soldiers, are holding them up with guns, but yet these people over here, they're still, pointing guns at them, and they're going, "Hey, we're just a family. We gotta get across the border. We gotta get safe." And you don't know if they're gonna live or they're gonna die. Are they gonna be okay? And then they finally go across the border. They pretty much get across the border, and they pretty much are safe. That's the end of the movie. It's a very intense film. I guarantee you go see this movie in the theaters, there has not been a movie this intense. At least I haven't seen a movie this intense in a long time. I've seen some pretty intense movies, some movies that got pretty intense moments in them. But for the whole film to be intense like this, for it to be a thrill ride, like to me, the word thrill ride, like I said, it fits this movie. This movie is a thrill ride. Because it feels like they're just being chased, and it's just a thrill ride. That's what it feels like. It feels like a thrill ride. And it's a great movie. It's directed well. It's acted well. I thought that Owen Wilson's character and the characters of the family were likable characters. Lots of scenes in the movie where you thought the characters were going to die, but they ended up getting, saved, or they ended up fighting back. Like that scene where they're by the boats. I forgot to mention this scene. Where they're by the boats, and the wife comes in, because really, really emotional scene where they pretty much, they get Owen Wilson on his knees. They get his daughter. They make the daughter point a gun at Owen Wilson's head. He's like, just shoot me, because he wants them to be safe. He's like, it's alright, just shoot me. And that whole scene, man, I was just in the edge of my seat, biting my nails, wondering what the freak is going to happen now. Like, it was so intense. And then the wife comes and grabs a freaking stick, boom, fights back, bashes one guy's head in. Owen Wilson grabs a gun, boom, 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 boom. They get in the boat, and that's when they go to the Vietnam border. And just so many scenes in the movie that were really intense, and it was well directed, very well shot, and it shows that if you put a lot of effort in a movie, you can make a good movie. And just it doesn't have to have all this cartoony CGI. It doesn't have to be rushed. It doesn't have to be lazy. It doesn't have to have dislikable characters. Not like well, it doesn't have to have unlikable characters. It doesn't have to have just because a lot of movies now, they just sort of feel rushed, not really good acting to, not any not any interesting characters or likable characters. Just a lot of movies now just sort of are rushed and cliched. This movie felt very thrilling and action packed. And if you're a fan of if you're a fan of a certain genre, like a fan of action movies, there's lots of action in it. If you're a fan of horror movies, there's a lot of suspense in it. If you're a fan of thrillers, it's definitely one heck of a thriller. It's got some comedic tone to it. When Owen Wilson and Pierce Brosnan's characters are joking around, he's like, "Oh, you got blood in your face. You got cut in your face." He's like, "Oh, it's not my blood." He's like, "Oh, you got a cut in your face." He's like, "Oh, it's not my blood." and just lots of fun scenes with that thing. With the Pierce Brosnan character was in the bar. He's in the bar and he's singing a karaoke of a Kenny Rogers song. I think it is. It might be. And him and his friend are singing the song, and you know, oh, I've had better days. Just likable characters. And then in the airplane with Owen Wilson's like, oh, I gotta put $1 in the swear jar. Crap, I forgot. He says the S word. He's like, crap, I forgot the swear jar at the house. And it's fun characters, likable characters, characters that you give a crap about, and it's a well-made movie. And I highly recommend the movie. It's definitely one of the best movies of the year. And if you haven't seen it yet, go see this movie. It's a very, very well-made movie. So, guys, thanks for watching the review, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.